Good day, ladies and gents. I'm Enasia Colón Sr., and this is the EC Show coming to you from sunny South Florida. As always, my right-hand man, Mr. Swagger McDougan, About That Life, Joseph Budo. This is a full EJ production in association with Jeremy Torres and the boys up in the Performing Arts Center here in Coral Springs. Jacob Maxwell Friedman.
Say his name.
Say his name. Make sure you get it right. Jordan 2.0 is also in the building. This show is sponsored by KD Power Greens, our urban farm microgreens company that I own with my kids. Guys, visit kdpowergreens.com. Episode is powered by Ignite Social. Ashley Oliver does an amazing job with all of our social media stuff. Please visit Ashley Oliver at Ignite Social on Instagram. And once again, all of your brand new EC RespECt merch at EnasiaColón.com. ENASIACOLON.com. And she is balling.
Balling.
But
Trash.
you're not happy.
Trash. She does not score 3.
See, you and your father. Both
I didn't even.
Because he knew what I meant.
I've raised
he knew what I
the
meant.
standard
Hey, wait, I have a
so
question, I have a
much
question.
that I don't even have to say it.
I have a
He
question.
says it for me.
Everybody knows it.
We were watching the game, and she scored the second goal. Beautiful goal. Then everyone's excited. I'm sitting on the couch. My dad's like, "Why aren't you so happy?" I'm like, "Where's my third?"
Yeah, all right, listen, I said this while I was getting my fantastic haircut yesterday. The second Ine scores that second goal, you don't think in her fucking head the first thing that pops up is, my dad wants a hat trick. And he's not going to be happy unless I get a hat trick. I'm like, if she scores 1, nobody gives a shit. But when she scores 2 is when she gets yelled at.
In all actuality,
But I do like
she hit the crossbar the first game for the hat trick.
Push-ups.
She missed that, so that's push-ups. This time around, she really didn't get a chance to score the hat trick in this game, so it was a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? You want it. But like the last game when she had the opportunity and she hit the crossbar, no, you owe me push-ups. I'm sorry.
Right,
There's no
understandable.
chance.
But they're playing solid. That was a big win. That was a huge win.
Let me get our sponsors out of the way. Shout out to AutoNation. AutoNation is still on board. Guys, if you're in the industry looking for a new car, a used car, or trying to get your car serviced, look no further than AutoNation. They will take care of all of your car needs with all of the dealerships they have all across the country. Visit the nearest AutoNation dealership and tell them the boys from the EC Show sent you. And once again, thank you to Sam and Phil from Economic Electric Motors. They had a grand reopening in their Miami store. It was absolutely amazing. Sam told me that everybody loved the merch. Jordan 2.0 is wearing it. Tell them how you feel wearing the merch.
It's like a blanket. I can go to bed in this thing.
All of your
And
HVAC
you just
supply needs, please visit eemotors.com. They have you covered. Over 40 years experience, 7 locations down here in South Florida, and you can tell them that we sent you as well.
That's right.
We're wearing our merch today, as you can see. Joe and I have had this since last year.
Yeah.
You're going to get some, don't worry about it.
This was a manifestation thing here.
It is completely official. So Joe knows I have been working on for the past year to trying to get Parkland Soccer Club to completely allow us to take over their fan merch, and it has happened. Jeremy, can you put it up for me, please? This is real and this exists.
Well,
not that one.
Shout out to Mama Bees while we're there.
That one. Thank you. That's all of the fan merch that we've created over the past year. I literally looked it up. I had to simplify what they have. They have hoodies. They have shirts. They have long sleeves. They have long sleeves with hoods. We have kid gear. We have everything covered at EnasiaColón.com, ENASIACOLON.com. Now, everything right now is pre-order. And the reason why it's for pre-order just to necessarily see what's going to end up happening, what's going to go on. Now, from the feedback that I've gotten already, it's going to take off.
A lot of it's going to sell. When you made this...
The money's going to roll in.
Yeah, listen, when I wore this originally, when he first made it, I think it was like the first game. I got stopped by like 3 people like, oh my God, I love that. Is that on the website?
Every single person in Parkland's going to have this shit on.
Absolutely.
So.
Everybody at the field, for sure.
From your mouth to God's ears, I hope so.
Just make sure you take me to Mars with you.
So here's the thing. And for people that don't know in the audience that's tuning in for the first time, and we appreciate you if you're tuning in for the first time, Enasia and EJ haven't been involved with Parkland Soccer Club even before it was called that. So 10 years in the making, they have been involved directly. And we're still involved to this day.
I got 2 daughters on the team.
Yeah, they were called the Parkland Predators at the time.
That's when Rachel played with them,
Yeah, so we're still involved with them to this day. We do things, we help out, we support, they support us, and we're forever thankful. This was actually in the works last year, but we couldn't get it to this point. We had to put in all the, the real work, the behind-the-scenes work, the taking care of certain things that needed to be taken care of.
Kind of grease some palms.
A little bit, not excessively, because in all honesty, It's not like that. It's like it's really, really a collaboration, them helping us helping them, and we can be more than thankful. All of it's going to be available at enasiacolón.com. As of right now, it's actually.
Once you find success, do you stop at soccer?
No. Can't. Because the truth of the matter is, and Joe will tell you this, having 3 daughters and me having 2 young adults, children, EJ's a teenager, but Enasia isn't, but I'm trying to mold them in the right direction so they know, like, and they understand their worth. Like, they get it. Yeah. Like, the power of being able to say, no, I don't want to do that. Nah, no thanks. Or let's renegotiate those terms. The power of being able to say those types of things and not have to consort to just yes all the time is amazing.
For sure. It is. And I was having a conversation with a friend of mine today, and he said something along the lines of like, yeah, just doing the same thing I've been doing for whatever, X amount of. I'm like, not me. I'm like,
moving.
Definitely
keeping it moving.
I'm trying something. If somebody comes up with something and it makes sense to me and I see it working, let's fucking do it.
Brand new episode of I Apologize in Advance. Guys, make sure you go see it on YouTube and all podcast platforms. This was a really, really good episode. I'm not, taking you guys for a ride or whatever it may be. Shout out to Johnny Bananas and Paulie that was on there. They're from the MTV Challenge.
Paulie Califiore and
the episode was really funny. It was extremely Italian-based, to be quite honest with you. There was some funny-ass Italians on the show.
A lot of people don't know about the challenge, but as Feingold was explaining, he's like, his friend was like, I don't know about the challenge, but I know who Johnny Bananas is. Johnny Bananas has been around, and, I've got almost 10 years on Feingold, so I'm an older guy. I don't look it, but 37. I'm coming up, creeping up on that 40 mark. Yeah.
But I want to give...
God damn.
Real quick.
Yo, you reminded me of the Kevin Hart thing. God, I didn't say that. I said that. Damn.
I want to give real quick a round of applause to Joe for Joe doing a great job having guests on, because having guests on is not easy.
No, I was thinking about it on the way here, and I was like, it's so crazy. When I come here, my stress level's at like a 2. When I'm going to my show, my stress level's at like a 30. And it's because I'm in your seat on my show. You got to be the navigator.
You're a guest for spinning
Yeah,
control.
yes, I
give them a little bit behind the scenes of what we talked about yesterday. Like, let them know. Like, we're fully invested in what we do together.
We were going through I was going through all the questions that I had, and we were kind of, is this a good? I was like, I like this one, but I don't like it. I think it's a little too dragged down. We were kind of just like buttoning it up, and I was like, I'm going to shorten all these to where I want it. And at this point, it wasn't even confirmed that he was even going to do it.
No.
It was like
we had a backup show.
Yeah, I had a whole show just in case he wasn't available. And as I'm at the light, about to turn in, I got a text from my producer, and he's like, Johnny confirmed he's going to stay on for the show. Could probably do about 15, 20 minutes. I go, that's perfect.
We really do appreciate that. That's very nice of you, Johnny and Paula. We appreciate that. Thank
Absolutely,
you so much.
Man. We ended up doing 43 minutes. And the only reason we stopped is because all of us were fucking starving.
Shout out to What's Up.
He does a pod prior.
He does. He's been doing a podcast for a while now. It's called Death, Taxes, and Bananas, which I love.
He absolutely, that's insane.
I always tell everybody, the only things in life that's guaranteed is death and taxes.
Have you always been the slot behind him, or just so happened?
No, I actually ran into him. How this whole thing manifested was I found out he was recording there. And I was like, fuck, would I love to do a show with Bananas. Like, I've been a fan of his for 10, 15 years now on the challenge. I love it.
Yeah.
He actually started at Real World Key West. And ironically, I have a boat in Key West. We talked about that offset. But
I've seen Real World.
So I ran into,
Real World.
Real World, yeah. So back then, Real World, and then the challenge, and then Road Rules. And then they're like, we should make these 2 shows compete each other. And that's how the challenge was born. And now they're on season 40. Like, they're rolling.
This guy had some podcast stuff yesterday that he was telling us about. So explain a little bit to the audiences. They don't know. I mean, maybe some people have tapped in and watched, and you heard you mention the podcast or whatever it may be, or the commercial.
Tell them.
So my boss is a newcoming podcaster. Spent a lot of money for a podcast and hopes to market his business.
It's very smart, and a lot of people talk shit like, oh, everyone's got a fucking podcast now. But you know what? You're marketing and branding yourself.
And it's enjoyable. This is enjoyable.
I enjoy it.
So now his angle of it is like, how like good podcasts have celebrities. That's how they, he's got CEOs and different type of executives on his podcast looking to try.
Which is great. Though that's his lane.
For sure.
But basically, your role over there is EJ's role.
My role is EJ's role.
You're the producer.
Yeah, I'm not being.
Feingold production.
Not being paid to do so.
Well, you were paid. You were paid for work.
Let's start a business. Fine Gold Productions LLC.
Yeah.
He will
You
be.
get paid. You get paid. Like me.
I'm a nice guy, so
So your input was.
yeah.
You were paid for work yesterday. so you just had- but you were
let's just
doing
say
10
let's
away.
just say this guy walked into work this morning and he goes, "You had one job." I said, "What was my one job?" He goes, "It was to make sure that the guests spoke into the mic and you could hear him clearly." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I could hear him clearly,
Yeah.
right? He's like, "Well, I saw you multiple times putting your hands on your head like this and pressing the headphones against your head." I'm like, "Dude, you gave me shitty headphones. Like, what do you want me to tell you?" So here's what happened is like my boss knew to speak into the mic, right? He was
Yeah.
like on top of
And
the
the
mic.
person he was interviewing was like a soft-spoken type of guy.
Exactly. And like we had adjusted the mic many times, but he was still soft spoken.
Yeah.
So when he spoke, I had to press the headphones against my head to make sure it was clear. But you could hear him. It was
Yeah.
clear, right? So I was like, "Aaron, you could hear him." He hits me up at like 4 p.m. today. He's like, "Just so you know, I watched the video. He was very clear. I was the loud one."
Yeah.
I was
So
like,
that's why we're extremely thankful for EJ, Jeremy, Malik, and
The whole-
12
the
up
whole-
in the booth. Because
Only done audio once.
me and Joe sometimes, well, me more than Joe, my levels are through the roof.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
because-
got-
And then these guys, they end up turning it down. And then Joe, sometimes he gets a little bit too quiet.
Yeah.
So then Jeremy has to turn him up. So
and
that's
that's
why
the
we're
good.
so
And that's the,
appreciative.
yeah. Then that's the good thing about having that. And that's why I apologize in advance. I still wear the headphones. I don't have to wear those headphones, but I wear them because I could hear how loud I am, and my dad can hear how loud he's being. So when
For sure.
when even the guests that are on with Johnny and Paulie, obviously they've been on. They know how to do it. He has a podcast.
When I
But for
do
people
come
don't
on that
know-
episode, when I do come on, I apologize in advance.
Oh, yeah,
I
it's
am
at-
not wearing no headphones. I'm sorry.
You're loud enough. I don't,
Overall, though, you don't realize how much work actually goes into the back end, and,
No, there's a
and
lot.
that's where you're
There's a
probably
lot.
trying to get at here.
Yeah.
Is
yes, the behind the scenes work is a lot of
this
work.
this guy who spent a lot of money on his podcast decided to use one card that was less gigs than the other card, and it ran out.
Memory.
Yeah.
And so
Especially when you're recording in a higher definition, it takes up so much more
the
room.
only people that could see that the show was not running were the people in front of the show. They saw the camera light. And so the guy points out 3 minutes towards the end of the show, he's like, "I don't think the camera's on." And it was because the card ran out.
It's like,
And
bro, you
so-
could have said that 30 minutes ago.
yeah.
But you were saying that they weren't doing a straight run like we do. They were doing bits.
He wanted to make it very perfection-like, so it was a lot of stopping. Let me redo that. Let me ask this a different way.
Bananas did do that on his outro, actually. Like he said his outro, and then he goes, "I don't like that one. Do this one," and then just ran right into it again. Just
Yeah,
literally.
because it's whatchamacallit's job to
Yeah,
edit it. at the
Christian's
end of the
gonna-
day,
yeah,
so it
Christian's
doesn't
gonna
matter.
edit it.
But in all actuality, like Joe said yesterday on I Apologize in Advance, sometimes the stuff even before the show starts is the best part. Malik and 12 and Jeremy were here. We were cutting a promo for something you guys are gonna end up seeing real soon.
Yeah.
I showed it to everybody here, but I want to tease it a little bit before it gets shown to the public. Dude, it was like a Comedy Central show between EJ and
Oh,
myself
bro, it's
before the show
funny.
even started.
I could tell that you were in a good mood because when we walked in, when me and 2.0 walked in, it was just like you were in a very
Because
good
what we
mood.
did, we
because
got
you
done.
just got a good laugh in.
Because what we did, we got done. But 15 minutes earlier, oh, it was a screaming match. Like he was in the crowd,
We've
in
been-
the booth,
we've been
laying
doing it.
on the couch, this, that, and sometimes,
He was
look,
laying there when
I'll be
I
the
walked
first to
in.
admit it. Sometimes I just want my kids or even my wife around me so what I'm doing, I can ask for feedback, and then you can give me something to help figure
Yo,
this
yo,
out.
yo,
Joe,
yo, yo, yo.
Catch.
You want to know something funny? So he'll be like, EJ, come help me. I'm right on the couch. He's probably like right here.
But I want him
Wait,
next to me.
wait, hold on. Then I go, Dad, what you need? He's like, come here. I come here. And then he goes, oh, he either goes, never mind, or he goes, I got it. And I'm like
Because the presence helps me.
Yeah. I get it.
The
He don't
presence
get
helps
it.
me.
I get it.
Like he doesn't understand that.
After 3 years, we have a fantasy draft coming up. Excuse me. After 3 years, we have a fantasy draft coming up next week.
Oh.
I gotta drop
I
tomorrow.
thought you were talking about another one.
Which,
nah, we
which
have
one?
the
You talking about
fantasy
this one?
draft coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No,
I
didn't
have
understand.
one tomorrow. I'll let you guys know how
Happy
it goes.
Fantasy Week.
I'll
Happy
take a
Fantasy
picture.
Week.
I'll take a picture
Happy
of the board.
football's
and give
next
you guys-
Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow we have one Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday.
Jesus
Friday,
Christ,
Sunday, and
dude.
Tuesday.
And Tuesday is our one here. And I was talking to Fine Gold earlier today. Shout out to Brett from Wings Plus. He's gonna look out for us. He's gonna take care of us. 'Cause
Extra
Fine
wet
Gold,
wings.
Fine Gold, and I love him. But I'm hosting, right? I'm hosting.
Why is
time
Fine
I'm
Gold
doing
holding
this,
his
yes or no?
face? Why is he
Correct.
holding
And
his
I'm
face?
hosting, and you know what? I want it to be enjoyable. Feingold's like, man, F that. Force everybody to pay. I'm
No,
like,
bro. I did not present it
No,
like that.
I think Feingold said
No,
something along the lines like, I want to know how much
Let
you
me
know.
rephrase that.
No,
Let me be
don't-
politically
don't-
You
correct.
wanted to cover
I'm
yourself.
politically correct. Feingold feels that I shouldn't have to pay, so everybody should throw down.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
You should present it in a chat and let people.
No.
And let people.
You want to know why? Because the minute you take funds from someone else, they have a say-so in what could happen. In all actuality, I'd rather not even deal with that.
I mean,
and
yeah,
just take care of it
now,
myself.
If you got if you got 12 guys throwing down, 12 guys are gonna put in 12 different orders. It's gonna get messy.
Listen,
If you got the means
Be
to
thankful,
be the
be
host,
I'm
appreciative.
thankful as long as. I'm thankful. That's it. We'll
No.
leave it
As
at
long as he
that.
gets Tyreek Hill on his team.
as long as you get your raspberry grilled teriyaki, you straight.
raspberry teriyaki.
It doesn't have to
all
be
You
any-
saw the text message today.
It doesn't have to be any certain.
You
flavor.
saw
I
the
could
text
care
message
less.
today, right?
Yeah. I saw it.
raspberry teriyaki,
Yeah.
all flats.
All flats?
All
You gotta
flats.
mix it in.
No, you don't. You
Well,
don't.
for 12 people, you could have all flats?
Steak
Bro.
fries, cheese sauce.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
You're telling me I've been eating that
I'm
since I
just
was
saying,
1 year
you
old.
need to
bro.
get
I
away
used
from
to-
the drums.
So he said it
Bad
earlier.
meat-
He
bad
said it
meat on the
earlier
drums.
today. He was upset because he has the 7th overall pick.
Yeah,
Is that
man, I don't
correct?
like it. I hate that.
Wait, the
I hate-
picks for Tuesday are out?
No, not for Tuesday. No,
My,
for
my
his
draft for Bando tomorrow night. Reigning champ, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't
You
matter
still
where
don't have your
don't-
belt.
I don't have my goddamn trophy, Joey. I'm
Can
coming
you
to pick
trade
this
in
up.
that league?
I was actually no. Yeah, you can. You could try.
no one's gonna accept
No,
it.
and it gets vetoed.
Is that all your leagues? No one accepts
in
anything?
Bando? Yeah,
Yours
no,
too?
None.
In all my leagues,
None.
I
crazy.
think out of all my leagues, I've been in all of them for 15 plus years. Probably about one of them, probably the shortest 15. I've seen maybe one trade. go
Every
through.
league that I've played in ends up with a winner that somehow wiggled their way into the most unfair fucking trade of
Yeah,
all
that's why
time.
that's why everything gets vetoed. You can literally
happens
do
every year.
the most legitimately fair trade in our league, something that is dollar for dollar, not gonna really enhance the other team more than the other one. It's a dead ass even trade.
Yeah.
It's getting vetoed.
Yeah.
You got no shot. But I was in talks with Jazzo about switching my pick. He was like, "Fuck, man, I got pick 12. I wanted the top 7."
He doesn't mind a
I go,
double pick.
I got
12 or
7.
12 out of
12 out of
12.
12. I love 12. 10, 11, 12 is my sweet spot.
Yeah,
on my
because you get
draft.
12 and then you get the one in the second round.
Yeah,
Back
so
it up.
I'm in the middle. It is what from the mock drafts and what I'm seeing. I'm either going to have Bijan Robinson or Amon St. Brown. Both or Brees Hall possibly, which I would rather have Brees Hall over 3. I'm good with that. I'm all right with that. And then it's just the waiting on the comeback. Maybe I fucking grab C.J. Stroud in round 3.
I can't wait, man. I really can't wait. Fantasy football, I get to enjoy it. I've done it for about, 4
Shout out
years,
Jay
EJ?
Mass who does 65 teams.
Bro,
So
I was
4
10 years old doing fantasy
So
football.
we've done it for 4 years or 5 years with EJ, and I make it a thing. I make it the thing to where I get so upset because EJ does fantasy with his friends sometimes, like basketball or whatever, right?
Got
And
second
he
place, by
won't
the way.
ask me if I want to play. Now, mind you, it's with his friends, so I'm not going to say yes, but at least ask me.
right?
He's doing you a favor because fantasy basketball.
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
it's
I-
so bad.
no,
Never
but Jake,
again.
that's
Basketball
the
in a
point.
whole
The
sucks.
point
I hear
is,
you.
the
It's a
point
one-time
is,
thing,
it's a
never.
way for my son and myself
I hear you.
to do things
I hear you.
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
I hear
Bro,
you.
I had
You know what I'm saying?
Giannis and Shea and
I would have
LeBron,
said,
and I still
honestly,
lost.
I would have said, if you would have asked me, I would have said no.
Yo,
EJ
you gotta
didn't
say
LeBron
play.
that
lost
shit
that.
every single day.
What?
The basketball lineup.
Bro,
every
basketball, it's
single day.
every day. 8 a.m.
Every
when I was
day.
going to school.
I mean,
put my-
but
But I get
baseball's
your,
like
I get your point.
Well, listen, I'm just letting you know right now. Welcome to our league. If you want to,
Yeah,
if you
our
want a
league-
player
our
off the
league,
waiver,
they
you better
feel-
be up at 2:55 a.m.
So the thing is EJ
he's
tried
gone
the
at
other
3.
day, we were in the house, and he tried the other day to say, you know, one day I'm going to play fantasy football on my own. I said, no, you're not. So
Why
as
not?
long as I'm breathing, I want to be
Yeah.
part
But
of
here's the thing,
Why
you
can't
know
he
how
be,
Mariah-
why
gotta get
can't he
those
be
side
part of
teams.
it? It's just like separate teams.
No, because I want to play with him.
We could have a
that's
team
like,
together.
That's like,
You could have
I want,
a team
you want
together
to
and
have
then-
your own team, like
Yeah.
on something else with people that I don't know, that's fine. You get what I'm saying?
But the ones that you
But
know.
the ones
people-
that I know that we're all involved, don't take that away from me.
Yeah,
because I'm
like
not breathing
I'm saying
anymore.
Like
one year-
Murad and his dad at
Like, I wanna
17.
be-
One year to be like Marana and his dad.
If I end up
They
in a
were better
nursing
as a
home,
team.
if I end up in a nursing home, I want to have telling my nurse I play fantasy football with my son.
I was in jail and I called Dino and I was like, Dino, I need you to set my fantasy lineup.
At the end-
And he
at-
switched my lineup. Chris Edmonds was like, how the fuck did you beat me? How did you switch your lineup? You're in jail. I was like,
At the end of the day, it is your
called
group
Dino.
of friends.
No, it's our group.
Well, yeah,
Our
but
group.
it originated.
And I'm going to explain to you why it's our group of
But
friends.
it originated from you, so like.
I'm going to explain to you why it's our group
Go
of
ahead.
friends. EJ takes it upon himself last Tuesday night
oh,
Yeah.
God, I wasn't even going to bring this up.
to use Joe's $337 Selkirk paddle,
That's a lot.
a pickleball paddle.
It's a lot.
Mind you, we have our own pickleball paddles. Now, we do have a tendency of leaving our pickleball paddles in the other car. And when we do, you guys are graciously enough, you, Jordan Craig, everybody, to let us use yours.
Can
This
I
never
pause?
happened.
Can I pause you for one sec?
What was
me-
it called? Allegedly.
Let me pause him for 1 sec. How bad did you get yelled at?
I didn't get
There
yelled
is
at.
no reason whatsoever on this evening for us to use anybody else's stuff.
Yeah.
So EJ takes it upon himself and says, Joe, can I use your Selkirk paddle? And Joe says, absolutely. And 2 minutes later, he says, just be careful with it and don't slam it
Wait, Joe
on
has sweaty
the
hands.
floor.
Like the handle.
Yo,
is sweaty.
I was just
EJ
like-
takes it upon himself to throw this ball up in the air like it's a tennis ball, goes to buddy whack it, slips out of his hand, and breaks the paddle. Now, completely accidental.
Completely.
Completely accidental.
Avoidable?
Avoidable, yes, but completely accidental.
Absolutely.
If Joe didn't just tell him 2 minutes before
Nah, bro, it was probably
to
13
be careful,
seconds.
it would be a different discussion.
13 seconds.
He did everything in his power to make sure it wasn't broken, claiming the crack was already there. This, that, and third,
Yo,
blah,
I
blah,
was
blah,
in the
blah,
stage
blah.
of denial,
It's
bro.
completely
I was like, all
flat.
right, so let's play with it. Ball gets popped up. I hit one fucking overhand. As my hand comes up,
Bro.
the paddle's hanging down.
Bro, I was in like all 5 stages of grief in like that one like 30-minute thing, bro.
Now
No,
It was
listen,
so
it
bad.
literally wasn't even 2 minutes. It was about 13 seconds after I said it, and Ward's going, the motherfucker just told you, the stove is hot, don't touch the stove. The stove is hot, don't touch the stove. EJ burns his hand.
Okay,
He
remember
was like,
when I picked
his
up-
analogy was so on point. Don't touch the stove, it's hot. What is it? Burns
Bro,
his hand.
when I
He was
grabbed the
smiling.
paddle, I should have put it down because when I grabbed the paddle, I literally grabbed a swamp of wetness.
Oh, bro, and I had a glove on.
So here's the
it
thing.
is
When I got
bad.
home and I was trying to explain and teach my son, and Joe, you seen it in the group chat. You know, I appreciate your graciousness, but it has to be done.
And
the right way.
I felt bad about the situation too because it is an absurdly expensive paddle. And
So here's the
it's a
thing.
fucking
I
suck.
still paid a
get
little bit,
home
a little
and
bit,
I
a little
explained it
bit.
to- I explained
Came
it to
out of
my
my
wife.
pocket.
And the reason why I was handling it the way I was handling it is because if EJ would have just owned up immediately and took ownership, because the minute he decided to play with your paddle, that's basically what you do.
Yeah.
If I played with it, if you played with it, if
Pause.
2.0 played with it, if Jeremy played with it, anybody played with it, the minute you hand it to me, it's my responsibility.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So if you broke it, I don't want to hear it's not broken, it's not cracked, it's not
I was
this,
in the
it's
stage
not
of
that.
denial
I want to
that
hear,
time.
yo,
Because I was in the
this
stage
is
of
what I want to
denial.
hear. I want to hear, Joe, yo, if it's broken, I got you.
Yeah, no,
Hey, what did I say?
he was going,
Hey,
yeah, that was there. I go, EJ, that is a fucking paddle hitting the ground at 100 miles an hour right
I
there.
think at the end of the day, Joe knew you had him.
Yeah, but that's not
But
the
I
point.
I understand.
That's not the point.
Listen,
the point is I want him to own it.
For sure.
And I listen, and on this exact topic, I want to call out a friend of ours. His name's Patrick Jameson Miller.
Yo.
Okay? This kid, I was on vacation. I let him hold my Cadillac DeVille. I had a
What, the
fresh
car?
ass
I remember
gray
this.
Cadillac DeVille, big
remember
body.
this.
I'm talking, we're cruising. It feels like you're on a boat in this thing.
It's nice to let him hold.
Oh my God. So I let him hold it. He was
Borrow it.
borrow
For
it.
how, wait. For how many days?
I was gone for like 6 days. So I get word that the car has been in a crash. Pat is, to this day, 2024, says that, no, that wasn't my fault, dog. Graham crashed it. I go, oh, where did Graham get the keys? I gave them to him. Okay.
So you're past.
Where did I leave the keys?
With
me.
you.
Okay. That car's your responsibility. I don't give a fuck who crashed
Yes,
it.
yes,
If your mom crashed it, God forbid, or your brother and sister,
I gave
you
you
gave
the
the keys
keys.
to somebody else. That is you now taking responsibility for my car for letting that person use it. Now, that's even better. These guys get into a car accident. Graham's got no license, allegedly, hypothetically. So
Realistically.
hypothetically, Pat showed up to the scene, and hypothetically, lucky for Graham, the person that he crashed into was a 14-year-old kid who didn't have a license either.
It worked out.
So his sister showed up. So now his sister was driving and Pat was driving. They both go through fucking lawsuits, allegedly, hypothetically, and they get paid. I get fucking stuck with a total car. I had to pay $1,000 for a rental car for a whole month until they paid my car up and sent me a check. And at the end of the day, I was out $1,000, and both these kids collected money on my
Yo, here's
car
the thing.
and
Joe-
my inconvenience.
Joe has too
so I
much
just put it on
trust in
Pat's tab.
people.
Pat owes me
No,
about
it's
$4
not that.
No.
grand.
No.
now.
Yo, Joe has literally said he'll let Ine drive his Benz.
And I'll let Giabella drive mine. It's not
Yeah.
that. It's about
I wouldn't trust.
it's
Ine in
about
that car.
knowing your audience.
I'll tell you what.
You don't trust me?
You driving my car? You just lost 3 years. You gotta wait 3 more years for you to drive my shit.
What do you mean?
I can't trust you with a paddle. I can't trust you with my car.
Okay, I'm not a
I'm letting
professional
you
driver
use my
yet. I'm
paddle.
not
So
20
no
yet.
I
issue.
handed Joe
not 20 yet.
$330, and Joe did not want to take it from me.
I felt so bad.
did
I'm like,
not wanna take it
he's
from
like, I
me.
already took 50.
Hey, you
All right, listen, I do-
handed him $280.
Yeah, because $50 was from you.
Okay, I also.
That's just because that's all I took from you.
Yeah,
You could've
so
taken
far. Yeah, those little paycheck. I was telling him when I was getting a cut, I go, those little Apple Pay paychecks need to slow down now. So I was telling you, Dad, it does come with that leather sleeve that I have on the red sleeve, and those things do sell for like $50, $60 online. So if you could off it, it's an
making
extra
my money
$50,
back.
$60. Yeah. Listen, man. He goes, EJ ain't gonna sell it. I go, then EJ's gonna be out $50, $60 more out of his pocket.
May as well try.
Yeah, you might as well. People are trying to buy. That's why when you're like, it's $385, that's what people are reselling them for. Because if you're not a Project
I'm
Lab
not even
member,
gonna front. 2.0, that same night, I texted the group chat between Jake and I with Joe. And I said, Joe, look up a link, find whatever you want. I got you. Don't worry about it. Just let me know. Because I was hoping Joe would find something.
I tried. I was
at
even
least expensive.
Bro, and then I hit up Bourne, and I'm like, yo, you got the paddle, right? He's like, no. I was like, I thought you guys took the paddle. Because I thought, it was broken. Maybe you were going to try to get it fixed, whatever the case may be. So when I went to go pack my shit up, I thought, oh, okay, EJ and Bourne took the paddle. He broke it. He wants it. Come to find out, he's saying Drew threw it in the goddamn garbage.
I told him to throw it in the garbage.
I'm just saying, $350 paddle. I was gonna try to finesse something with his warranty.
Probably.
Yo, I don't think the
So I
paddle
went to
hit
the courts. I checked
floor
the
at a higher
garbage
velocity.
cans. I just
Nothing
opened up
there?
the lid, and they were fucking brand new bags. I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
Because I was gonna
take that out nightly.
My boy Sam, he's like, bro, I got a heat gun, bro. I could have fucking heat gunned this
Someone
side.
snapped it completely. What's his name? Snapped it in half.
No, it was already.
Yeah, but he still could have hit the warrant. He still could
I could have made it to where it looked like a factory defect somehow. That's what my boy was saying. He's like, I've done it with all my
It
units.
is what it is.
Yo,
But,
bro,
yeah.
the velocity, it slammed into the
Bro,
ground.
I seen
and
it.
the realization in my eyes after it fell.
You gotta understand.
You heard it,
You
too.
gotta understand how big of a deal this was. Wendy woke up out her sleep
No, you woke her out of her sleep
to
for
give.
something else.
Wendy woke her out her sleep
Whoa,
to give
hold
him a
on.
lesson, to
Time-
be like mindful, like,
Time
yo,
out.
you
Time
broke
out. Hey, time out on the
his
field.
paddle.
Fourth quarter, I need a second. Time out. Time
2
out.
seconds on the clock. You better
2
get
seconds
it.
on the clock. I just
You
called
know
time
she's
out.
gonna listen to this.
Yes. You
She
woke
doesn't
her
watch, but she listens. We only have
woke her
like
up-
5
you
people
woke
that
up-
listen,
you
and
woke
she's
her up-
one of them.
You woke her up before you told her. And then I got out of my room to go take a shower. And you were like, you know what? I have something to tell you. And then you told her what happened. You
Hey,
woke
man.
her up out of her sleep.
Accountability.
And I did
That's what he's
get-
trying to teach you. So, Pat, also, you need to just admit it that it was your fault.
Just pay him the 1,000.
Pat
No.
said at the bowling alley last week, he's like, I crushed a gram, dude. I go, damn, we're still doing this? All these years later, we're still doing this?
2024.
But definitely looking forward to fantasy football
I can't
draft
wait.
next week.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna take a picture.
This is how it's gonna be. So basically, it'll be the board will be right here. J Maz is bringing me the board. Hold on. J Maz is bringing me the board. I'll put the board right here. He's bringing it to me on Saturday. So Jeremy's gonna bring this thing over from the other side.
I was just gonna say, I think I've seen like whiteboards around here.
No,
before.
it's gonna be like it's on wheels, and then
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
the board will go on, and then people will just come up and place
Just
their
need
stickers
to.
on it.
It's gotta be bigger than this.
I think most
a lot of
likely. What do you
stickers.
tell me what you guys think?
You ever done a live
I
draft?
think the food should be
Never?
the
Never
food
done a
should
live
be-
draft?
The food
Bro,
should be over here.
They're intense.
The food should be
You
over
coming?
here, cooler.
Gotta come hang out, bro. It's a legit party. We're gonna have a good time. Just gonna be people drinking, chilling.
When do you find out
just eat and watch.
your draft order?
Well, now that it's Tuesday, we'll probably put a draft order.
Monday.
No, I would imagine we should. I mean, if everyone's paid up and ready to go, I say we pull it now so people can start mock
right.
drafting.
It's
Call
not
him up.
our
Call him up.
decisions. J-Maz, he's the commissioner.
Call him up.
He ain't gonna answer, but let's try.
Text him first.
Call
Text him.
J-Maz.
No. Text him first.
He's not gonna answer.
Text him first and say we're gonna call you. How about that? And then when he says yes, then you call him.
Nah, I'd rather just surprise him.
We're gonna have dead air until he picks up.
No, let's just talk about how we should. I mean, I think that everyone should know their draft order because I've yet to do a mock draft.
I just like the
So-
fact. Yo, there
Yo,
you go.
I said
Yo,
you.
You're on the
No.
pod. You're on the pod.
We're live on the pod right now. I didn't think you were gonna answer. When are we pulling the draft order for live, babe?
We can do it tonight.
Oh.
Everyone's paid.
Yes, sir.
So what the frick are we waiting for?
So listen,
J-Maz?
do it now. Text us the order, and then we'll talk about it on the pod.
Do you want-
I got you.
Hey,
Are you really gonna pull it right now?
hey, J-Maz, an extra $50 if you get us first.
Give you a bet, but she'll pull them out of the hat. I got you.
All right, let's do
Wait,
it.
wait.
I want-
You could put him on FaceTime.
What the hell?
I gotta watch this.
He's gonna
No,
record.
we're
He's
gonna
record.
pull it out
Oh,
of
you're
his.
recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
All right,
pulls
we
it out
love
like
you.
a little bowl hat. And
Love you, babe.
Ah, that's cool. That
All
worked
right.
out better than I thought.
Yo,
See that?
I told my dad I either want.
I'm a man of action.
We gotta watch that video together.
I'm a man of action.
No, we make shit happen on here.
Yeah.
We gotta watch that video together.
Let's go 12.
So listen, real quick.
I
real
want
quick.
11, 12, or 1 or 2.
Real quick.
Nah,
I'm
you gotta
still
get
in
out of that.
negotiations with a couple of sponsors, and in all actuality, I got some feedback. We're doing a better job of saying less curse words.
Oh, I just went on it. I got really excited just now, and I know
we're
I
doing
said
a better
couple.
job of saying less curse words.
I definitely said a few. I'm
But
sorry.
I did explain this to Joe yesterday, and I'm going to say this. We are being challenged. And we're being challenged because they would like to see the show, and they don't really know how hard this is. They would like to see the show get up to 50,000 50,000 views
Huh?
more often.
I thought he said 50,000.
People don't understand how hard this really is.
Yeah.
Let me take this into account. It is extremely difficult to even get to where we are right now.
India, Pakistan, Zagastan, we need you, man. We need you.
Like
We need
you have
to
no
watch.
idea. It's like it's crazy.
Jonah.
Like obviously we cannot control where the audience watches or how it gets ticked off because some of these episodes, in all actuality, it's been Mexico, it's been Colombia, it's been different areas, not
Get
necessarily
okay, get
India
okay.
or Pakistan. Every
I'm
time
getting a
we
lot
go
of
to
I'm
Dash.
getting a lot of UK, which I'm loving.
So it's
love it.
tough, but we're being watched, which is good. We are getting positive feedback, but we're being challenged. And just like anything else, you know, the
They
more
wanna see-
support,
they
the more help you
Yeah, they
get,
wanna see
it's
numbers.
going to help out amazing. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they
Tell a
wanna see
friend to
numbers.
tell a friend.
Always.
I literally, kid you not, we've eaten there. I'm in negotiations with them about trying to do something here. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, at this point, I'm pitching everybody.
We've eaten a lot of places.
No, but you know what I'm talking about. I sent it to you today, you dummy. Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Bowl.
The bowl.
Oh, true.
I sent it to you today.
I gotta get in there and try one of them things.
They're
good.
fire.
It's
I mean,
good.
my daughter's addicted to them.
It's extremely
Giabella's
refreshing.
They're fire.
That's like
To
Giabella's
what?
like go-to.
The poke. What are you slow too?
He's not paying
I heard
attention.
You
He's on,
just had it today. Get off your phone.
on
I heard
Snapchat
bowl. I'm not
over
even
there.
on my phone. I just heard bowl. I don't know what you're talking about.
This guy.
Guy,
yo,
Snapchat
what the
black.
had that
hell,
before?
man?
that's a poke bowl?
The poke bowl.
Yeah, she's eating.
That, it's in the same plaza as Guido's.
I don't know if it's the same spot, but she's poke bowls, acai bowls, anything in a bowl, Chipotle bowl, anything bowl.
Nah, just be honest. I'm not necessarily just shooting my shot to everybody. That I'm not doing. I'm being a little bit.
No,
more
I mean I'm
selective,
not.
to be
I'm
quite
not going to
honest with you.
fucking. I'm not going to like
But-
mom. I'm trying to just. I'm trying
Because
to.
here's the thing. Like, let's just be honest and let's be. When you're kind of like venting or looking at certain sponsors, you also got to be mindful. Like, a lot of mom and pop places are not gonna have like the budget.
That's
to
the
be
thing
able
with
to do
me.
that, you know
With
what
the
I'm
thing
saying?
with me is, I when I do a sponsorship, I want to be able to. The person that I'm doing it for, I want to, fucking. I want to give them results.
No, of course.
You know what I'm saying? I want something to come from what I'm doing. I don't want to just, half-ass it or just not. I want somebody to get their money back on the investment that they made with me.
Yeah.
And that's just how I am in business in general.
So, just a reminder, guys, if you're in the industry of looking for a car, look no further than AutoNation with all of the dealerships that they got. If you're looking for new, used, you need service to your vehicle,
They do
AutoNation
leases
got you
too,
covered.
no?
They do everything.
Yeah,
dude.
loan,
They
lease,
got you
whatever.
completely covered. All of the AutoNation dealerships all across the country. Please visit AutoNation.com and tell them the boys from the EC show sent you. And then, once again, our other sponsor, Economic Electric Motors, the HVAC supply company that has you completely covered on everything
One-stop
that you
shop
need.
in Florida, baby.
7 locations in South Florida. And Sam was just like elated with everything that we did between the merch. She was saying everybody loved the shirts. They loved the merch. They were all into it. I was extremely thankful.
They came out great.
Extremely appreciative.
It's great. It's you're
She
getting the balance of
texted
both.
me saying, come get more. Come get more. Like, come get more.
I mean, she put in a big fucking order.
So just a friendly reminder, if you're looking for HVAC needs, please, it's air conditioning, heating, ventilation, all that type of stuff.
They got all your shit too.
Visit
like I said,
eemotors.com.
if you're a hands-on guy and you can do it yourself, just grab your parts from them. Me, I'm not that guy. I need you to send one of them texts over. I'm just saying. I did break my vacuum fixing my AC when I got back from Mexico. I didn't have a wet vac on hand, so I used my regular house vacuum to clear my line. Saved me about $400 from the AC company and cost me a $35 vacuum.
Speaking of cars, real quick, Jake, how was your car situation?
Damaged.
For those that don't know, last episode, Jake explained to the audience that he got into a car accident. Luckily, he was not in the vehicle.
He met
when the
two
car
great
was
Samaritans
struck.
out.
He met two very, very good Samaritans. One that he was begging to stay with him the whole time because
Stay with
he
me,
lost
bud.
consciousness.
Stay with me, bud.
Stay with me.
Stay with me.
Stay with me, bud.
But the other guy, we don't know his name, but the other guy that helped out, thank you so much. But Jake's car is completely mashed in.
Yo, because I started a new show, and it's like I'm like 10 episodes in, and I feel like every episode they're saying "stay with me." So every time I hear it, I think of Jake talking to some random stranger who just plowed into his car,
Bro,
fucked up his whole day. And he's going, "Stay with me, brother.
Bro,
keep your eyes
The
open."
guy was in and out of consciousness. I was like,
Listen, I applaud you for being the great guy, and you know what? That's why the guy was taking you to Wawa knows that you're just a good guy. Karma was,
for sure.
although it is a shitty situation, you never know what's gonna happen from it. You might get a brand new goddamn car.
Honestly, I was praying that it was a total. The guy said it's not even close.
I knew that wasn't
Keep looking at that just in case
I know.
J-Mass hits you.
Wait,
Just to make sure.
He needs to make a live draft group chat.
No, I don't need that. I don't need that.
I
don't need
listen,
that.
I have
I don't
700
need
group
that.
chats. I hate them. I have a
I
group chat
don't
for
need
everything.
that.
Got a
I
bowling
don't
one.
need
I got a pickleball one. I
don't
got.
need
Honestly, I'll take pick one. That would be great.
You could have it.
Would you take McCaffrey?
Yes.
I don't want
I
pick
want
one
Tyreek
at
Hill.
all.
I want Tyreek Hill.
I think, my opinion, the first pick is
You do.
this shit. I don't know the
football?
last.
All right,
I don't know the last
all right,
time somebody
all
won
right,
a
hold
draft
on.
with first pick.
McCaffrey aside, if McCaffrey's not the number one pick, who is?
Tyreek Hill.
2.0, are you even here?
Hello.
Who's the
Who's the
number one pick
if
besides
you don't pick
McCaffrey?
McCaffrey?
Tyreek Hill.
You?
I mean, if you're gonna go numbers,
Who? That's the voice of God. My mic under my shirt? Fix it for me, I can't see. How long ago did that happen?
2.5 seconds ago.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
We're good?
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna go numbers, guys, you gotta go Tyreek. I mean, he's gonna put up.
Tyreek, CD just got his new contract.
Yo, it's wild to see how far down Justin Jefferson fell, man. It's crazy, and that's
It's
why.
just because he has no quarterback.
I know.
I'd be very happy taking him.
Yeah.
Supposedly, he averaged 22.5 points with Nick Mullins last year. I'd be very happy taking him.
Yeah.
They're going to be very pass heavy.
Yeah.
Very pass heavy.
But-
Yo, this guy Jake's about to make his whole team based off. Like he's gonna like.
No,
he's
listen.
gonna have, like,
I know people that are very like Jake that go by like statistics and numbers, and like that's how they draft. Me, I thrive in the drafts. That's where I usually do my best work.
So here's the thing. So normally at J-Mass Place, and J-Mass Place is okay because he has cubicles, so it makes it very comfortable. It's like
Yeah,
if you
everyone
drink
hides in a
everybody
everyone hides in a
little
cubicle.
It's
Nobody's.
cool.
I'm
Everybody's
not-
cool. This is gonna be a little bit different. So obviously Joe is gonna have to have his little spot that he likes.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
me and my laptop will be set up in the crowd somewhere around
So
here.
make sure your laptop is hooked up to this exceptional Wi-Fi that's here at this Center of Performing
Yeah,
Arts in Coral
Jay. Hey,
Springs.
God.
Hey, whoa! Real quick, Jeremy, is there anything that I need to plug for what's coming up here at the center? I felt like I haven't done that in a while.
School's back, bruh.
Yeah, but next stop Broadway is always.
Any big shows coming up?
Next big show is September 14th, Sesame Street Live.
Oh!
September 14th, Sesame Street live here at the Center for
Grab your
Performing Arts.
grab your churn.
Grab your children. Come here with the grandkids and all
grandbabies.
that other stuff. Come here, come show love at the Center for Performing Arts.
Who
in
doesn't
Coral
love
Springs.
Sesame Street?
Yeah, Oscar the Grouch, all those boys, Big
Ah,
Bird,
yeah. I love
Cookie
Oscar.
Monster.
Oscar was my guy. He wasn't even that bad of a guy. He wasn't even that grouchy. People just fucking bothered him all the time.
They both had to be immigrants, though. Cookie Monster and Oscar the Grouch.
Yo, what?
What's your take behind that? Why?
What race? All right, what race would you say Oscar the Grouch is?
Oscar the Grouch had to be
This is
Italian.
gonna get crazy.
Had to be Italian.
Why, 'cause he's
Cookie Monster has to be like, I don't know, like
Greek.
Turkish.
Greek, I feel like. He's always eating cookies.
Yeah, Turkish.
I mean, you could be the baklava
Big Bird looks like a
monster.
South African. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, South Africa fits good for Big Bird. Or maybe Australia.
Who am I forgetting? Gonzo?
No, Gonzo and Elmo.
Who? Also, those Kermits? Those are the
Kermit
Muppets.
the Frog.
Gonzo's, I got it wrong. Gonzo's the Muppets. Sorry.
Yeah,
I got it wrong.
Gonzo's definitely the Muppets. Elmo is on both sides. Elmo was just cornering the market back then, huh? He was on. He was.
had
He was.
Monopoly going.
Oh yeah. You couldn't do nothing without
So
Elmo.
Elmo's from the good old
Yo,
USOA?
do you remember I know you remember. I don't even think EJ was born. But do you remember the Tickle Me Elmos? How crazy that shit was?
Yeah, of course.
Bro,
couldn't find one.
bro,
They're like
and if you
$200
did,
a
yo,
pop.
and if you did find this stupid little doll that just went ha ha bro, this is 15, 20 years ago.
$200
200,
a
200,
pop.
300. Like,
I
people were
had one when I
going
was a
nuts
kid.
for
You
these
did?
things.
Yeah, it was in a box. My dad wouldn't let me take it out of the box.
Smart man. You still got it?
Man.
No.
Imagine what that thing's probably worth
I'll
right
tell
now.
you what, my dad used to sell out of his pack and ship TY Beanie Babies.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
There
I
was a
tell
big...
you, we had garbage bags full with the tags on them. I don't know where they all are, but
Bro, my dad used to buy those for my
Bags.
sister when he was off wasted and
Oh, yeah.
blacked out. Like, then he found out like that some of them were worth so much, and I think it was before he even got clean. He like was starting to dig through all these old Beanie Babies, trying to find this one Princess Diana one that was like supposedly like worth like
Did you
15
see
grand.
the video of Mike Trout when he's with his son, and he pulls his own like one of one unique rookie card that's signed by him?
That's insane. What are the chances?
He's sitting there pulling cards with his. I think his son is like 4 or 5 or whatever it may be, and he's just having a moment. His phone is on here. They're just recording it, and he's pulling it out like little by little, like
oh,
very
there you go
carefully
slow.
or whatever.
You
He
go
goes real
slow because you don't know what's gonna be
whatever, this and
behind that thing.
And he's like, "No way, no
That's
way!"
incredible.
He's like, "We pulled a monster," and he's showing it to his son, and it's
Him.
his rookie card.
One of
signed.
one. That's insane.
Insane.
That card's probably a probably $7,000-8,000 card, maybe more.
it's insane.
He started going nuts.
I would go nuts too. You pulled your own 101. It's like I'm gonna put up $1 million lottery. Okay, everyone's allowed to play, but I'm allowed to play too, and then you win your own fucking lottery.
There's got to be like elite boxes compared to like the average box.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not.
We
into
got
it
we got to
like
talk
that.
to our boy Jordan Crate because now he's balls deep in
Where
this.
is Crate tonight? That's
He got
weird.
his new computer. We got the text that he was not gonna make it tonight. His new computer just came in. For those of you who don't know,
What kind of
he's-
computer do you
He
get?
He's a
plays.
streamer.
He plays
True.
Call
so
of
he
Duty.
don't. Yeah, he don't play on
And
PS5.
he's yo, dude. He's something special.
Bro, it's
Call of
I don't
Duty?
know. I feel like he's a cheater.
Oh, shout out to
seen it.
Trav.
Shout out Trav.
Trav is our gamer for the EC show. He plays on Twitch. Back to business.
beat him
BAK2
every
business. He ended up losing in the semifinals, and this is what I like about the situation because Trav is good, but there are players out there that are better.
Oh, I mean, bro, there's. I didn't realize until we talked about it a couple times in there until we joined them leagues. I'm like, oh, Madden, you fucking press X, you hike it, you press triangle to go to that guy. No, there's some people that literally call 75 different plays at the line of scrimmage, switching. Like I don't know how to do any of that audible stuff. So there's no way. Like I could come out with a play and I would just watch all the defenders switch, and I'm like,
I could do it all. I just don't know the rhyme or reason behind doing it.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I'll switch my play, but not understand what the defense even looks
So
like.
Trav
Yeah.
was in a
I got-
hard-fought semifinal game the other night, and he was in it, 7-point game. The second half came, and it just got carried away. What did he end up losing by, EJ? Like 30?
Almost 40.
It was bad.
Yeah.
That's
Bro,
what I do
this-
to him on the daily basis.
Yeah,
bad.
no, it's vice versa, and everyone that watches the show knows that.
Yeah, there's no
You've
proof.
yet to beat him. I don't think you've yet. Oh, you've beaten Feingold.
Yeah, but that doesn't
Like,
count.
that
I haven't
doesn't even
played video
count.
games in 7 years.
And
I
you
don't
probably
under-
play this shit
I
all
feel
the
like
time.
if Feingold played the game more,
Ask
he
him.
would beat me. He would beat me.
I don't understand. Okay, here's the thing. I don't understand some of this generation because our generation, we would want to prove the other person wrong, right? So I want to be right. You want to prove you wrong.
I still want to do that.
They want to do that, but they don't care if they're wrong. Like it's not that big of a deal. It's not that serious. It's not this. It's not that.
Nah,
It's
I
like,
try to get my point across for everything. But if I'm wrong at the end, I'll be like,
Listen, I am the guy that if I'm wrong, I have no problem admitting that. I'm a fucking very humble person. If I'm wrong, yeah, cool, you got me. I'm wrong.
Like,
But
no,
if I'm
for
not wrong,
example-
we're
like,
gonna
for
fucking
example,
argue this out.
you beat him, right? You beat him.
That's it,
And
the
you say,
conversation's
I beat him,
over.
Conversation's over. He'll still be like, no, but I'm better than you.
No,
I
you're
just
not.
beat you.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. But here's the thing. Like, if he would have came to the house and beat me, and I would have been like, oh, I have nothing to say. I
Oh,
can't
so
beat
he
him.
has to come to the house to beat you?
No, I'm saying when he first came to the house to play, and if he would have won both those games, like, I
Oh, you talking about Feingold?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Trav.
Travis-
We all know Trav's better than you. There's no
He's
argument
my
there.
son.
That's
See what I'm talking about?
This is new generation.
You see?
You can't. They don't respect their
he was
elders.
Losing, he was losing the game, and I texted him my son.
Yo,
"Please
see
don't
see
lose."
the key word there? Was.
No, when he was playing the game.
When he was losing and then ended up what,
No,
winning?
No, on
No, he's
the
talking about
semifinal game. with
Oh,
the-
okay, that one.
I said,
Okay.
my son, don't lose, please, and he.
It was
So you
nothing
put
to
so
do.
I like
Just play
I
another
told
player.
you, you are reincarnated the Pat Jinx inside of your soul.
This is why I didn't want you to text J-Mass, because now we're waiting to see if J-Mass is going to send the goddamn...
I'm gonna tell you right now, based on what I know about J-Maz, okay?
It's
We're
not
probably
coming
not
until
getting
10
that video while we're on set. I'm just
Oh,
gonna throw that out there.
definitely not.
He just
Still
said,
did.
we'll have it tonight. You know your pick tonight. At least
Yeah.
we planted that seed. We're all about planting seeds. We planted that seed.
Well,
Live
guys, that's
draft
going
orders
to
coming
conclude
out
tonight's
tonight.
episode. Make sure you click like, subscribe on all podcast platforms, on Rumble and on YouTube. You guys have been doing an amazing job. The subscribers are going up. The problem is that we have a lot of subscribers now, so when subscribers go up by 200, 250, it doesn't really notice. But I appreciate you guys so much. The episode is sponsored by Katie Power Greens, our urban farm microgreens company that I own with my kids. Powered by Ignite Social. Ashley Oliver does an amazing job with all of our social media stuff. And get all of your EC RespECt Parkland merch at EnasiaColón.com. ENASIACOLON.com. We'll see you next episode, guys.
Peace.